creating a golden pig from Squid Game. I started by creating a new project in plasticity. This was probably my 5th time using the program, and it wasn't too bad. You always want to start off with a good reference picture, like a front view and side view. I couldn't find a good side view, but the front view was probably enough since it's a simple shape. After importing the image, I began with the basic shape, a sphere. Then, I move on to the ears. I used the front view to trace the shape of the ear, extruded it to a size that felt right, and then rounded out the back of the ears. I offset the front edges and pushed the inner face inwards to create a cave, then softened the edges and repeated the process until I was satisfied with the look. For the legs, they're pretty simple, so I used a cylinder shape and rotated it. Then I made a line with the line tool to cut and create a flat bottom so that the model would be easy to print. After that, I softened the edges and mirrored the leg to create the other 3. There we have it, looking more and more like our piggy. For the eyes, I used an oval shape and imprinted these lines onto the main sphere. I extruded the face outwards and softened the connection. Then I duplicated the shapes and added the little black parts of the eyes. I'm going to make these a separate piece so that I can print them in black while the rest of the body is gold. For the nose, I used a cylinder shape and rotated it to my liking. Then I offset the main face of the nose and extruded it inwards. I somehow lost the recordings of when I created the nose holes, but here's how I did it. I traced it in the front view and imprinted the curves onto the nose and then extruded them. Boom, the nose holes. The tail was pretty simple. I used the spiral tool and created a solid shape with the pipe tool. To make sure it prints well, I rotated the tail in such a way that supports might not be needed. And there you have it. Now let's print this bad boy. I'll have the STL file available for free to all my Patreon supporters. Link in bio. I don't know though. I feel like something was missing. So I went the extra step to make it a functional piggy bank to hold all my monies. I did this by making the insides hollow and adding a coin slot on the top. I then cut out a circle on the bottom and made a little cap with a handle. This is all experimental, so I'm sure I'll need to come back and adjust things on the design. But let's move on. Babe, could you print my golden pig?
Slicing the file is pretty easy. I set the size to just 60% because it's an initial test. And with supports, I generally like to do manual supports, and so I add supports underneath the areas that are floating. And because with round objects, oftentimes you'll get a stair-step effect at the top, I decreased the layer height size so that it'd look a little more smooth.
So at the time, I didn't realize, but... Oh no. There's like a different filament and a different filament. Babe? Come look at your mistake. I mean, it's gold, but you can clearly see the difference. Yes, you can. Like, look at... look at how shiny the bottom is. You can see that line. It's fine. Anyway, but it was fine. I was just giving him a hard time. You could see the difference. Yeah. And also the bottom didn't really print well. So this doesn't really work, but I'm turning it upside down. That works pretty well, I'd say. Still pretty cute. And there you have it, the golden pig from Squid Game. I'm definitely gonna go back to the design and fix these issues and print another test. But that's for another day.
Yeah, that's PLA and PTG. Let's destroy these. Elmo!